Welcome everybody, Level M Diecast bringing you Greenlight action today. We do have the Great Outdoors Series 2. This has been a relatively recent drop. I've had this for a little bit, just now getting to it. Do apologize. We are going to put these on the rotator guide for sure. 2021 Jeep Gladiator high altitude. So that one looks pretty good. Crack that guy open for sure. 1979 Ford LTD Country Squire. I don't even have one of these in the collection. I just collect these ones because they have tents on them. So be the first Country Squire in the mix. That one is super, super nice. 1977 Dodge Ram Charger SE in orange. Never get enough of the Ram Chargers for sure. This one's pretty nice. 1982 Chevy C10 Silverado with some basic steelies on it. That one's going to look excellent. Guaranteed. A little bit of hippie flavor here. 1968 Volkswagen Type 2 in all of its peace and flowers and fanciness and save the planet and all that good stuff. And then the very last one, 2022 Ford Explorer Limited. So let's chop it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick this off. 1968 Volkswagen Type 2. I think what we're going to do is we'll just kind of group these together by tent. So see if that kind of works a little bit better. So 1968 Volkswagen Type 2. You see there are two holes drilled on the top. That is for the tent. I'll bring that in just a minute. We just want to take a look at the model. Looks pretty decent. It does have side mirrors on there. Those are part of the casting, so that's always a good thing. It looks pretty good. I do not have one of these castings. It's the first time I'm having this casting in the collection. Club V Dub, when it comes to that stuff, I only collect the Volkswagen Golf and Rabbit and GTIs and stuff like that. So this is a newbie for me. So a little bit of details on there. Looks pretty good. Quality on this one looks pretty good. Usually I have some struggle with Greenlight, but you see there is some haze with the windows. That's a Greenlight thing. They use a lot of super glue, and that's kind of what happens. See the front bumper is a bit crooked. So not perfect. So unfortunately it is what it is. It's not too bad, but it's not good. Take a look at our base deets. See if we can find our number. It is in the upper right corner by the word Greenlight. Looks like maybe 2081, 2061 maybe. See, this guy is not done up for a trailer hitch. So we're going to bring in our tent. This is the tent itself. It is two pieces of plastic. So the white and the orange are one piece. They are painted, and then there's a base to it, which is silver. This is considered where you would get into the tent. So it sets on there. You just slide it right in the holes, just like that. Just sits on there. And then, of course, there is a ladder. You get a little ladder that comes with it. The ladder just kind of sits in the little notch here. I have broken this before many times. So I am going to attempt to not break this one as I drop it. Luckily, I did not break it, but there you go. There we go. All right, so that one actually looks pretty good. That one actually went together relatively well. The ladder is supposed to notch into the tent itself. Although on Series 1 they were relatively loose, it looks like potentially they may have addressed that. The tent is well balanced too, so sits on the Volkswagen. As you can see, it just kind of chills there, but it looks pretty good. It is a orange color, which does match the Volkswagen. Looks pretty good, so not too bad. Definitely off to a good start with this set for sure. Next one up, 1979 Ford LTD Country Squire. This is a giant car in real life. This isn't quite 1/64 scale, but it's very, very close. It's very close, extremely close, as a matter of fact. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It's not fancy, but definitely looks 70s. Of course, you can see he does have the two holes drilled on the top as well. The chrome bumpers and stuff on the front look pretty good. It's a decent casting. This particular casting does have an opening feature. It does have a fold-down tailgate in the back. Typically, they don't fold down all that far, and if you force them, they tend to break the little pins on the side. So it looks like that one is that's as far as he's going to let me open him. So unfortunate, but it does have an opening tailgate. It is there. It just doesn't really open. Taking a look at our base deets on this one. See, 4460 is the number. So pretty high number on this one. So this guy has the exact same tint, although his is one solid color in a kind of a burgundy, that's burgundy, kind of an army gray. It's actually a lot lighter than what it shows on the camera. So we'll just go ahead and put in our other ladder, hopefully. See if we can get this to stay in there. As the ladder just shoots off the screen. So there's a little notch. You see there's a little notch in there. And there's a little notch for the ladder. And the ladder is supposed to go in there. But the plastic is ultra thin. I mean, ultra thin. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and put the camper on the top, or the tent, I should say. There we go. So we'll just leave the ladder off for right now. So it is the exact same size tent as the Volkswagen, although it looks a lot bigger on the model, which is kind of weird because the Volkswagen is a smaller casting. But again, you know, they choose colors that match, that go well. If you were going to have the ladder on there, just for illustration purposes, that one would be perfectly to the ground, unlike the Volkswagen where there was a little bit of space. So the ladder is not exactly camera friendly, we'll put it that way. Just like Series 1, the camera or the ladders don't like to cooperate all that much. All right, we're going to move on to one that doesn't need a ladder. As a matter of fact, one that doesn't even have a ladder. 2021 Jeep Gladiator High Altitude. I think this Gladiator casting is fantastic. I've always been a huge fan of it. They chose a very nice wheel and tire combination for this one. Very appropriately sized. The tent does sit in the bed. That is specifically scaled, or not, sorry, not scaled, specifically sized to fit the Gladiator. I don't believe it'll fit anything else. It is a little bit loose, so it's potentially it might fit something else, but it's a pretty exact fit. You can see it is one solid piece of plastic, but they do have some black print on there, which looks pretty good. It is just a hollow piece underneath, as you can see. So nothing fancy on that. So I'll throw that down there. So outside of that, you have a normal Gladiator. So you do not want the tent, you can always take the tent off. This particular Gladiator is very nice because it has body color matched bumpers and grille, as well as over fenders, which is a very nice touch. There is the back of it without the tent on it. Take a look at our base deets on this one. Number down there on the bottom looks like maybe 1326, 1526, somewhere around there. Kind of hard to see that etched number. 1958. So pretty high number on that one. This one obviously done up for a trailer hitch. And then, of course, just a nice Zamek base on this one. So pretty fancy on that one. Definitely one of the better ones for sure. All right, next one up. This is the 1982 Chevy C10 Silverado. This one with a giant tent on it. This tent is a little crooked. There we go. Fix that tent for you. It is the same style of tent that's on the Jeep, although it is a much, much larger tent to fit the full-size bed here on this Chevy. Now, I do believe this one will probably also fit the older Dodge full-size beds that they have too. I don't think they're going to fit anything other than those two castings, though, but I could be wrong, although we have not seen those in the outdoor series, so we'll see what happens. This one in just burgundy color, and then, of course, the tan kind of color on the back here is printed separately, so that is a very nice touch. Of course, again, oh, I guess it's all tan and then printed burgundy, so my apologies. So there you go, just another hollow tent. This C10 looks very, very good. I really, really like these steely wheels on there. They look super, super good. Would have been nice if they were kind of a silver color, but they're kind of this weird gray color, kind of a primer gray. It's kind of an odd choice. But the blue and the silver looks really, really good. Of course, the prints and everything look good on this one. So very, very nice quality version for Greenlight for a change. Looks like there's a little scuff on the tailgate as soon as I said that above the word Chevrolet, but life will go on. Taking a look at our base deets. See if we can get our etched number. It is right there, 3922. So pretty high numbers on all of these that I have. Of course, this guy is done up with a trailer hitch too, because we have seen that casting in the trailer line. All right, moving on to another new style of tent. This will be for 2022 Ford Explorer Limited. This is one of the bigger tents. It's a very large tent. I mean, look at the size of that tent. Compared to your Explorer, this Explorer in dark green does look good, by the way. And of course, they all have holes drilled in the top, which is really not that big a deal. If you just want to collect these for the castings, you know, you can easily do that. If you got to be looking for the holes if you see them. This particular tent is basically made like a pop-up. It's designed to be one of those ones that just goes on the top of the vehicle and it just folds up flat. So the black panel you see here would be on the top. So that would be what you would see on the top of the vehicle. So it just opens up. It is a few pieces. So this one does take up a few pieces. This is a separate piece. Then you have the piece here and then piece here. And then, of course, you have the base. So this is the most intricate one of them all. You see this one does have a little notch right here on the bottom. The ladder is different than the other ladders. It has a much larger piece. And so that just slides in there. It is slightly angled. So when you put it in there, it gives you that angle. So you got to make sure you put it the correct direction. It does have very good friction power though, so it stays in there. So we'll go ahead and put our tent on the top. Slide it into the holes. Looks like maybe one of my holes is not quite drilled. Oh, there we go. All right. So this one is particularly nice. This one is designed to kind of sit off-centered from the top of the vehicle. I think it looks really, really good. I like the fact that this one kind of creates like a little space next to the vehicle. You know, this would be something cool when you're camping and you would do like, you know, you could chill under there or you could eat and stuff like that under there. I wouldn't suggest putting a fire under there. It'd be bad news. But other than that, that would be good. I think the color choice is good. It's a good contrast on the Explorer as well. So very, very nice touch. This is definitely the best camper they have, or the best RV style of pop-up. So there is your Explorer. Of course, no plates on all these like we've already discussed. Greenlight no longer does that for, I'm sure, many, many reasons. Taking a look at our base Dietz 3922. Very interesting back-to-back numbers. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I guess that might be 13922. So that's an enormously large number. Yeah, that's 13922. So that is a giant number. This guy is not done up for a trailer hitch. Very, very interesting. I guarantee you at some point in time he'll probably get modified to get a trailer hitch because he's going to be in hitch and tow eventually. All right, moving on to the best one in the mix, arguably, in my opinion, 1977 Dodge Ram Charger SE. We have not seen this casting for a little bit. Not forever, but just a little bit. It's been a little bit. This one looks very, very good. Of course, this does have a removable top, which just pops right off, which is pretty convenient. This casting's been around for a very long time. This casting also has an opening hood, which is something that Greenlight doesn't do too much of nowadays. I do like the two-toned interior. You have orange in the front and the white in the back. Looks pretty good. Nice chrome wheels on there. This one looks fantastic. It does have spare tire on the back as well. So we'll go ahead and pop the hood open. Try to pop the hood open. See if it wants to cooperate. I have to pull that off camera real quick. There we go. Always a fun time with the hoods when they're brand new. Open them up a few times and then they'll never stay open. Not a whole lot of detail in there. Most of it is part of the casting, although it does have a nice air cleaner set up in there, which looks pretty good. Of course, they're coming out with a first generation Ram, which is very, very nice. Has a very similar front end to it. So that's pretty cool. Taking a look at the base Dietz on this one before we put the camper on there. 3151 is the number. So I have relatively high numbers in my mix. This guy, as you can see, is done up in a trailer hitch. And yes, he has been in trailer hitch and tow before. The axles are a little long on this one, but I think that's okay. The top fits perfectly, just perfectly flawless. This is the exact same camper as the Explorer. Very nice that it's exactly color matched to the Ram Charger itself, although this little canopy part right here is a little bit darker orange. But other than that, it is a perfect fit. So what we'll do is we'll just See if I can put my ladder in there correctly. There we go. That one has some nice friction to it as well. This one I think is going to be a much better fit just because it gives off more of that off-road vibe. Now I will tell you, as you saw that, the Ram Charger is really, really tall. So there's not enough friction in the holes to hold up the camper. So unfortunately it falls down to the height of the ladder. But I still think it looks good. I think with the color matched on this one, it actually makes it look like it's almost a factory option. But I would be hard-pressed to find anybody that has something bolted to the top of their removable top on a Ram Charger. But I still think it looks super, super cool. So we're going to go ahead and roll out with that one because I think that one is the best in the mix. Let me know what you guys think about Outdoor Series 2 from Greenlight. It's an interesting theme. I'm not hooked yet, but it is definitely interesting. I like that Greenlight has the ability to experiment like this. So let's see if there's a Series 3 or Series 4 down the line, and we'll check you in the comments, and appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Love them, Diecast.